checked it.
I think it just
came in.
Yeah, yes. Let me check, make sure we got sound and everything.
Check, make sure we got sound.
Yeah, we good, bro. Let me turn this up.
Shalom, shalom.
Shalom.
Want to first start off by giving all praises, honor, and glory to
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, and Kakadash.
a double honors to our apostles, elders, great millstone. Peace and salutations to hopefully elect pushing this word throughout the four corners of the world. Okay, we are the GMS Dallas camp coming back at you with another live lesson. And into this lesson, we're just going to go into how these nations are getting angry. Okay, and that narrowing of those eyes are starting to become prevalent with America, which is known as Babylon the Great in the scriptures. Okay, these nations are starting to look at America as someone who can't basically take ownership, take accountability, and basically rule their own house, man. Okay, we got a lot of different things popping off in prophecy, and we're just gonna get down to it. Okay, so basically, we can start in Revelation chapter 17, verse 1.
Okay. Revelation chapter 17 and verse 1. And there came one of the seven angels which had the seven vials and talked with me, saying unto me, Come hither, and I will show unto thee the judgment of the great whore that sitteth upon many waters.
Right, and the scriptures is going into America, Babylon the Great. It's going to show us the great judgment for that great whore that sitteth upon many waters. Okay, and that great whore is, as we know it to be through the scriptures, America. Okay, America is the one that all these other nations are in the bed with. Okay, they forward their wicked philosophy and doctrines, okay, to these other nations. All right, and it hasn't done anything but promote hate, violence, okay, and usury in the earth. All right, that's how this nation was built. Okay, off the blood, sweat, and tears of our people, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans. It was blood, sweat, and tears of us. Okay, and what blood defiled the land. Okay, and the only way you can cleanse that land is through the blood of who has shed it, and that's according to Numbers chapter 35, verse 33. Okay, but getting back to that great judgment, the Lord is going to judge this place for its all-out wickedness. Like, it's going to judge this place for its all-out wickedness. And when you want to get a precept of that, you can go to Nahum chapter 3, verse 1. Let me see. I know brothers is holding stuff.
You know, I can get that.
Okay.
This is Nahum chapter. This is Nahum chapter 3 and verse 1. And it reads, Woe to the bloody city. It is all full of lies and robbery. The prey departeth not.
Right. Woe to this bloody city, man. It's all full of, it's all deprived and lies and robbery. And what's one of those main lies that America pushes? Okay, as it's claimed to be built off the foundations and the doctrines of the Bible, right? It's supposed to be built off of Christianity. But what does it push? It pushes a lie saying that the one who you ignorantly call Jesus Christ is an Edomite, man, a so-called white man. Okay, that's a covering cast that has been put over the whole world, man. Okay, that the Lord and Savior came out of his people. All right, the Lord and Savior is a so-called black man, man, according to Hebrews chapter 7, verse 14. Okay, and various other scriptures, man. Revelation chapter 1 and 13 through 15 goes into what he looks like. Okay, it's clearly evident that our Lord and Savior is an Israelite, man. All right. But what do they push? They push that he's a so-called white man, okay, that America you can just love. Okay, they push that alphabet agenda. The Lord ain't with violence and evil. Okay, he's all a loving power, that all these other nations can be saved. This type of doctrines and that filth comes out of America, man. Okay, these other nations, they ain't with that. Okay, take Saudi Arabia and Iraq and these other Middle Eastern countries, for example. They push some of the righteous doctrines that come out of the Bible, not knowing that, that's what the Bible pushes, but they get their knowledge from the scriptures, man. Okay, they're with a woman only being to one man. Okay, they don't lift women up over there. Okay, that's some of those lies and robbery that America pushes over here. Okay, and they also rob this land from our Northern American brothers, man. Okay, our Northern Kingdom brothers. Okay, that's another one of those lies and that robbery that they committed. Okay, they committed genocide over here by wiping out our Native American, our Northern tribe brothers over here when they got over here. Okay, 99 million and what have you. Okay, probably more than that. Through the Spirit, we're gonna say more than that. They just committed to genocide, man. That's how this country was built. So, any brother got another precept, we can keep going at Nahum.
I just want to make a real quick point. Back in Revelation 17, it says the great whore that sitteth upon many waters, because you got a breakdown out here, a break, of going off, talking about that's dealing with the Vatican, this how it sits on all these different, bodies of water, and it's just a lot of madness, man. But to get the understanding of what that's talking about, if you'll jump down to verse 15 real quick, brother.
Revelation 17 and 15, and he said unto me, the waters which thou sawest, where the whore sitteth, are peoples and multitudes and nations and tongues.
So that's the waters, man. It's talking about the peoples, the nations, and the tongues. So the people, the water represents people a lot of times in the scriptures, man. So as also trees, man. Trees. It's sometimes talking about people, man. That's why they don't understand Genesis. You know what I'm saying? When you read the book of Genesis, go into the different trees, and they think it's actually dealing with fruit and actual trees, and that's not what it's talking about. So the Bible deals in mysteries and secrets, man. You know what I'm saying? That's given to what the scripture saying, Amos, the 3rd chapter in verse 7. The Most High will do nothing, but he revealed his secret to his servants, the prophets, man. So the prophets are going to have to give you these breakdowns, man, and give you those understandings of what these things are actually talking about. So I just want to make that quick point.
Hey, if I can add to that too, bro. Like it says, that great horse sitteth upon many waters, meaning she's going to have rulership over these different nations, man. Okay. She will preside over these other nations, meaning she will be in the power seat. Okay.
Right.
And that point too, bro.
And America is in that power seat, man, over the world, man. Okay. America pushes out these wicked doctrines, and what do these heathen nations do? They follow, man. Okay. That's when they created the petrodollar, they jumped in bed with this whore. Okay. And basically through the economical infrastructure that they made, these other nations bow down to America. Okay. So that's why you have these other nations in bed with this so-called whore that the scriptures is talking about. That's what America is. All right. That's why they're in trillions of dollars of debt, because these other nations hopped in bed with her. And now what has happened? America hasn't paid these other nations back. They use the petrodollar as a currency for oil. Okay. But a dollar is supposed to be a note that's supposed to go back to gold. Okay. But they said, we'll just replace the gold and we'll just use it as oil, man. Okay. And we'll just have all your payback in oil. You keep on it. Nahum.
Come back in Nahum chapter 3 and verse 2. It says, the noise of a whip and the noise of the rattling of the wheels and the prancing horses and of the jumping chariots. The horseman lifted up both the bright sword and the glittering spear. There is a multitude of slain and a great number of carcasses, and there is none end of their corpses.
You still in one?
No, I read. You want to just read one again?
No, you in 2 now?
That was verse 2 and 3.
Okay, yeah. You can keep on that.
You want me to just read it again? Or?
Yeah, you can read it again.
Start in verse 2. This is Nahum chapter 3 and verse 2. The noise of a whip and the noise of the rattling of the wheels and of the prancing horses and of the jumping chariots.
Right, and that's going into America's military, man. Okay, and America has a big military that they're able to conquer these other nations with before, but now these other nations are strong now, man. Okay, these other nations that also have nuclear power too now. Okay, and that's one of the primary things that Putin is going in on right now. He's telling America and anybody with the NATO or the EU infrastructure, those 10 horns, those 7 heads. Okay, he's telling them if anybody keeps supplying Ukraine with these weapons, man, he is going to strike back fast. You see, America has that confidence because they had these jets and that military power, those chariots, okay, and that nuclear power. They had that confidence for going on years back. But these other nations are strong too, man. Okay, they have that glittering spear. Talk about the nuclear warheads. They have that now. You see?
Yeah, I got a precept. This is Jeremiah 50 and verse 22. It says, a sound of battle is in the land and of great destruction. It says, how is the hammer of the whole earth cut asunder and broken? How has Babylon become a desolation among the nations? Hey, and like I said, that's what we're going to be hearing. Like you mentioned, the Khan mentioned, hey, Putin, he's basically saying, we got power now. Even though we know they're Edomites, we know the hammer of the earth is here in America, aka Babylon the Great. And like I said, how that sounded that great noise. Virgin daughter, as it says about in Isaiah 47. This land is going to be touched because now, like the nation say, how is you have become weak as we. And they know that. And like I said, going into what? Those nuclear missiles. All right. They said if you could throw something, we could throw something too. And now it's got to a point where they say if you keep jumping and messing with our affairs, we're gonna basically shoot some missiles over here. And that is something that has never been really said and told to Babylon here, Babylon the Great. So you're going to see, like you say, how is the verse 23, how is the hammer of the whole earth cut asunder and broken because of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. He have gave the, he have worked the mind of these kings. And he have got them set up to say, you know what, we finna go ahead and make our move. And we're going to go ahead and basically have this paradigm shift in the world. But that okie doke is going to be done because once those missiles start flowing, that's when Yahushua is going to get prepared to set up his kingdom. So these other nations thinking they're going to be the next in line. No, they're not going to be the next in line. The Lord have gave them, like you say, the spirit to say we're going to destroy or we're going to come up against Babylon. All right, the hammer of the earth. But they had getting set up to what? Purify the land. That's why he gave them those missiles. That's why he made them wiser than Daniel to build these missiles. He made the smith for the for what? Destruction, to help build these missiles. And it says, how has Babylon become a desolation among the nations? All right. And it's going to become desolate. All right. It's going to, for the owls and how did it say? The owls and the
fowls of the air.
Mm-hmm.
It's in Revelation 18.
Gosh. And it says, verse 24, it says, I have laid a snare for thee, and thou art also taken, O Babylon, and thou was not aware. And you have people, like you say, it's still Murph. People still trying to keep this place going. All right, still trying to be partying and things like that. But this Murph is basically through. And you have America and these bugged out bird brain niggas, you know, unaware. They thinking everything is going to be. We see that when we out in the camp.
Right.
But war is upon us. A missile is probably about to come into these lands very, very soon.
That's right.
It says, thou art found and also caught because thou hast striven against Yahweh Shem Yahushua. And like I say, they have strived against the Lord, and the Lord has set them up for a snare to do what? To set up for their own demise.
Like the brother said, man, the Lord set a snare for him, man. Are you about to get wildly coyote, man?
Mm-hmm.
You know, because like he gave you that blessing, man, which was a sword. But what did Yahweh say? He that taketh the sword shall basically gonna perish with it, man.
Mm-hmm.
So that blessing was a curse unto you, man. And that same instrument that you boast in, all this military might and this great weapon to destroy that you boast in so much, the Lord put it on your mind to create that, and he gonna destroy you with your own weapon, man.
That's right.
You know,
they built it to use it. You know, they ain't been used but one time.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
I got a precept right here. It says Psalm 69 and 22. Let their table become a snare before them, and that which should have been for their welfare, let it become a trap. And America has did all this wickedness. Okay, lies, rape, rob, and murder. Lies, rape, robbery, and murder, like the scripture going into Nahum, for their own welfare. But it's going to come back and trap them, man. They're going to get caught in their own their own plot, basically. You know,
like Wile E. Coyote. You know, he go set up a snare or a trap for the road runner, and then he go in the road running past. And he look like, well, what's going on? And he go back to look at it, and he get caught up in it. That's what's happening here. What he saw.
It's like two more verses on that. We stopped at like verse 3.
Yeah, back in Nahum.
Yeah.
This is back in Nahum chapter 3 and verse 3. The horseman lifted up both the bright sword and the glittering spear, and there is a multitude of slain, and a great number of carcasses, and there is none end of their corpses. They stumble upon their corpses.
Right, and that's going to happen because of the judgment that is going to dwell, or that's going to be established on America. This great whore. This place is going to be judged like Numbers 35 and 33 go into. Okay, the only way that this land can be cleansed is by the blood of him who defiled it, man. Okay, that's why all those corpses and and those carcasses like he went into, they're gonna be filled up over here, man. It says that the blood is gonna be up to the what you call it?
Horse's bridle.
Horse's bridle, man. And it's figuratively speaking, but it's talking about how much bloodshed is gonna be slain over here, man.
Right.
You know. One more verse on that, Papa Shah.
Back in Nahum 3 and verse 4.
Mm-hmm.
Because of the multitude of the whoredoms of the well-favored harlot, the mistress of witchcraft that selleth nations through her whoredoms and families through her witchcrafts.
Right, and it's talking about those whores dealing with America, Babylon the Great whore. It's talking about those whores because America doesn't do anything but exploit different countries, man. Look at what happened with Gaddafi when he was trying to bring in his own currency, man. Look at what has happened to all these different countries that America has invaded and put its own little embassies and what have you over there. They get exploited. He finds out where the resources are and then submits or inputs a coup. It's called a coup. And basically what they do is push their own agendas within these different people's governments. And they end up getting what they want established over there. Okay. And it's through the means of democracy. You know, democracy is evil and wicked, man. You know, there's only supposed to be one rule, one law, one leader, man. But you put this government in and establish multiple different leaders who are all about their own plot at the end of the day. That's confusion. And this country or this kingdom is all about confusion. That's why it's named Babylon, man. Babylon the Great, you know? And it's one more verse, verse 5 too.
Okay, come. Back in Nahum chapter 3 and verse 5. Yeah. Behold, I am against thee, saith Yahweh Shem Yahushai of armies. I will discover thy skirts upon thy face, and I will show the nations thy nakedness and the kingdoms thy shame.
Right. And where can you find the exact saying or the same exact saying about that? Isaiah 47 and 1. Come down and sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon. There is no throne, O daughter of the Chaldeans. It's saying the same thing that it's saying in verse 5 because the Most High is going to lift the skirt of this place. And it's already happening. America is starting to look like a very disabled, dysfunctioning community, man, or society, man. Everybody is against itself. And when you go to Mark 3 and 24, it says a house divided is basically a house. Let me get it right quick. I want to butcher it. Mark chapter 3, verse 24.
I got you, bro.
Yeah.
This is I started verse 3. It says
Mark chapter 3.
Mark 3 and 20, 24. Yeah. It says Mark 3 and 23, and he called unto him and said unto him, parables, how can Satan cast out Satan? If a kingdom, and this is Yahweh Shah speaking, and if a kingdom be divided against itself, that kingdom cannot stand.
Right. This is a kingdom divided amongst itself or against itself. It can't stand, man. Okay. And if a kingdom is divided, everyone is basically going to be pushing their own doctrines, their own polluted ways. Okay, that's why you got a dysfunctional Joe Biden, okay, weirdo in the office, and every time he speaks, you know, people make fun of him because he can't make a simple point. You know, like that meme that they just made where he was talking. Basically, the guy said he took the jab, and Joe Biden said, "You took the jab? You still alive? You okay? I mean, what about the moon? And what about somebody when you try to go to the stars? He all over the place, man." But hey, the wicked elite have done these things on purpose to get everybody else off balance. You know, everybody else is going basically in circles trying to understand what he's saying. But really, your main agenda or your main motive should be about finding what America's motives are. Okay, America doesn't have a plan for everybody to just sit back and relax and have a nice day. No, they have an ultimate plan to get what? That one world government, man, where everybody has that MOT to the B in plan. And look, you're gonna run things by their own operations, man.
That's right.
You know,
verse 25. And if a house be divided against itself, that house cannot stand. And if Satan rise up against himself and be divided, he cannot stand, but hath an end.
Right. And they were making that point because they were saying Yahushua was basically pushing the doctrines of Satan. But he was pushing doctrines against what or saying he was contradicting himself. But hey, if I'm Satan, I'm not going to contradict Satan. I'm gonna further what Satan is supposed to be pushing. And that was the point he was making with him. A house divided cannot stand. This place is basically going to keep on crumbling right in front of our eyes, and we're going to watch prophecy pop off the scriptures, man. You know, And that's gonna start with America crumbling. That's what we see before our eyes. We can go back to that Revelation 17.
It's like Revelation chapter 17,
Mm-hmm.
and I'll start at verse 1 again.
Mm-hmm.
In verse 1, it says, "And there came one of the 7 angels which had the 7 vials, and talked with me, saying unto me, Come hither, I will show unto thee the judgment of the great whore that sitteth upon many waters, with whom the kings of the earth have committed fornication, and the inhabitants of the earth have been made drunk with the wine of her fornication."
Right. And these other nations have been made drunk through getting in bed with America, man. Okay. They thought everything was good all a week ago, okay, with this nasty whore. Okay. But when America started doing what? Blaming these different terrorist attacks on you. Okay, now you like where was all the love? You know? America doesn't do anything but push lies and mischief at the end of the day, man. So you get in bed with this whore, okay, you can expect the same thing to be done with you in your own country. Okay? You got it.
Verse 3, it says, "So he carried me away in the spirit into the wilderness, and I saw a woman sit upon a scarlet-colored beast, full of names of blasphemy, having 7 heads and 10 horns."
Right. And that woman that sit on that beast, that's America. Now the beast consists of the 7 heads, okay, or the EU nations, okay. Now we have in the EU, you got 7 different territories. You got France, Spain,
Germanian Major,
Germanian Minor, the British, okay, and the Romans, you know, and that's that beast system that America sits on top of. And these are all the same nations, and what is like, it's more of them now, right?
Oh yeah, because you got to remember back then, ancient Rome only was over a certain part of the earth, but now Esau is over the whole earth. You know what I mean? So he got more of a bigger rulership than ancient Rome, man. That's why it's more countries, and you know what I'm saying, inside the EU now. You know what I mean? Things like 20 something,
28.
yeah, you know.
That's awesome. And I believe that's what in like Luke, the 2nd chapter, when it goes into during the time that I believe it was Augustus Caesar that and then when he did that taxing, man. You know what I'm saying? And that's one of those scriptures you can prove when it says the world, it ain't talking about it's not talking about the whole entire planet Earth, man. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Because when it says that he taxed the world, it's just like the Khan said, it was talking about that particular region. You know what I'm saying? So just want to make that point.
And then when you go into Habakkuk chapter 2 and verse 5, it talks about him enlarging his hell, okay, or enlarging his ownership as hell, man. Okay, he can never be satisfied. This man cannot be satisfied at all, man. The so-called white man want you and everything that come with you, man. You know? So going back to Revelation, yeah.
Just back in Revelation chapter 17 and verse 4, it says, "And the woman was arrayed in purple and scarlet color, and decked with gold and precious stones and pearls, having a golden cup in her hand full of abomination and filthiness of her fornication." Right.
And that golden cup, that's talking about the great wealth that America has built up, man. You know, when you have a people in slavery for over 400 years, okay, you're gonna do what? You're gonna run laps around every other competition, man. You know, so America basically had a very big head start on a lot of different societies in the world, man, or over these different countries in the world. They had us in captivity and basically built up a great society, you know. So that golden cup is the conveniency, okay, and that wealth that America has built up for these other people who not only are in these other nations, but when they come over here and they're very happy to be here, man. You know, like Moabites be like, "I want to go to America." They serious, man. They think it's a great desire or a great treasure to be over here, man. You know,
that's like on that movie Concussion with Will Smith, and I don't forget where he was from, but it was a scene on there where he said, "Wherever you're from, right here, and we put America right here, or God is right here, or America is right below it." Yeah. So basically, they would look at America as a prestige country, you know, the highs of the highs.
Let's get some rock tyranny.
And in the book of Isaiah 14, it says that he calls America Babylon the Great, that golden city, man.
Yeah.
You know,
yep.
Everybody want to come to America, man, to live. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But the Lord done revealed. He didn't pull that skirt up, man.
That's right.
You know, now everybody sees that the way of America. Because at one point in time, man, like I said, America had a spell on everybody, man. And that cup that the brother was talking about is full of abomination and filthiness and fornication, goes into their philosophies, their democracy, all this stuff, man. And look how it totally fucked these people up, man, who followed after this hope.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Totally changed a portion of these people. Now you got over there in the Middle East, women driving, women twerking now, all this stuff, man. You know, following after the ways of drinking of their cup, man. You know.
And you said, if you don't mind, I want to pull up fornication, because you talking about how this filthy whore, and the outside is just basically what she wearing. You ain't looking at the body and wearing that purple and decked in precious stones, making it look like it's
she fine.
Yeah,
Like, damn, she fine. She you know what I'm saying?
Fornication goes into the Strong's G 4202, and it goes in pornea. All right, and that says illicit sexual intercourse. All right, it says adultery, fornication, homosexuality, lesbianism.
See, and that's all the stuff that America pushes out and promotes, man.
Right.
Read that one more time, bro.
God, it says illicit sexual intercourse, adultery, fornication, homosexuality, lesbianism, intercourse with animals, etc.
Woo, bro. Come on, man. Hey, bro, that's cold. I ain't never read that before. Man, that's cold. But that's exactly what like the Quran going into, man. That's that cup that's been passed around all the nations, man. Because America make themselves look glorious, man. Like this is the way to be. That's why everybody wonder if after that's what they say. They wonder if after the beast, man.
That's right.
You know.
If I could jump down a little bit to the second, it says the worship of idols, of the defilement of idolatry, as incurred by eating the sacrifices offered to idols. But like you said, the worship of idols. This is an idol. That's why you have the Statue of Liberty and all these things. You know, that's basically the hell. That's America showing that whore. You know, so what is that? That's the Columbia, and that's the Statue of Liberty. So that's basically the blueprint of America. You think it's all good, but then if you look at his feet, you got chains on it, or like you say, you look under her dress. It's all bumpy and smell bad. She just got the perfume over, you know.
Yeah, Bath and Body Works, man. Want to continue on, bro?
I got one real quick.
Yeah.
I'm going to bring that out in Jeremiah. It's Jeremiah 51. We'll start at verse 6. It says, "Flee out of the midst of Babylon and deliver every man his soul. Be not cut off in her iniquity, for this is the time of Yahweh Shem Yahweh's vengeance. He will render unto her recompense." Because when the time of that righteous indignation of the Lord coming into this place, man, he's about to touch these devils, and he's going to touch these nations and 2/3 of Israel as well as that have attached themselves to this whore, man. Verse 7: "Babylon hath been a golden cup in the Lord's hand that made all the earth drunken," and like the Quran broke down beautifully, you know, Benaiah, the Quran Benaiah, all of those, the fornication, the thing that has been committed, you know, which America pushes, you know, which the brother Amathia just read a list of things that this place pushes, man, you know. But that golden cup that they've been in the Lord's hands, which goes back to Genesis, the 27th chapter, man. You know, Esau got a blessing, you know, of the fatness of the earth and the dew from heaven, man. You know, so for a period of time, this nigga was going to be winning, man. Everything he touched was going to turn to gold. He was going to get very rich, prosper, but in wickedness on the left hand, man, on the left-hand side. So it says, that made all the earth drunken. The nations have drunken of her wine, which is the philosophies of this place, you know. Everything this push. Now the women are twerking, like the brother said, they twerking, doing all manner of things that they weren't doing prior. You know what I'm saying? They had their women in order, and then now here come America, you know, want to spread their democracy, you know, like that Green Bay tree, or what's that, Habakkuk 2. You know, Habakkuk, the 2nd chapter, goes into that. You know, this nigga forces his democracy, and then everything starts going to hell, man. You know, so it's going to go into it. The nations have drunken of her wine, which is those philosophies. Therefore, the nations are mad. Now that the nations are mad at this place, and they're ready to put hands on this place, man. Right. You know what I'm saying? So as it says in the what is that? Job, the 22nd or the 20 chapter, the efficiency, the time of and then it goes into those I can't remember quite how it's worded, but it's dealing with the laborers. That's going.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
I got it right here. This is Job chapter 20 and I started at verse 22. It says, "In the fullness of his sufficiency, he shall be in straits. Every hand of the wicked shall come upon
right
him."
There. Hey, they finna get ready to come upon this dude, man. You know what I'm saying? Why? We just read it. The nations are mad because of the philosophies, man. The wine of this devil that they partake. They laid in the bed with this whore. Now they mad because they got burnt. You know what I'm saying? You pulled out and pussing. They pussing now. You know what I'm saying? That thought it was good. While oh shit, good, get into it. You know what I'm saying? Pulled out and start pussing, man. You know what I'm saying? Like I saw a comedian, that right now he's go in and start coughing. You know, goddamn, what the fuck? Look humor, but y'all get the point, man. You know what I'm saying? So now these nations are ready to come after this, after this whore, man. So I just want to make that point so we can get back now.
Let's get that Sirach 10 and 8, just to precept why it's gonna happen to him.
Oh, yeah, got you. All right, this is the book of Sirach, chapter 10, in verse 8. It says, "Because of unrighteous dealings, injuries, and riches got by deceit, the kingdom is translated from one people to another."
Right, because of unrighteous dealings, riches, injuries, and riches gotten by deceit. This is why the transition of this kingdom is going to happen. Like our elder always say, the Most High is going to snatch the joystick from Esau and give that joystick over to his men. Okay, the nation of Israel, starting with Yahushua, King David, and elect on down, man. Okay, because he's gotten this through rape, robbery, and murder, man. Okay, like I was saying earlier, he's exploited all these other nations, basically crossed them out. Okay, stole everything from them, all the resources, all the goods, indoctrinated them with all types of wickedness and foul doctrines. Okay, and now he's trying to basically corner the whole world into getting in this one world government where he's going to rule through this MOTB. And these nations are mad because they're starting to see the BS that lies here, man. Okay, so all that's going to be done to him through those injuries and riches gotten by deceit. You got it.
All right, back in Revelation chapter 17 and verse 5, it says, "And upon her forehead was a name written, Mystery Babylon the Great, the mother of all harlots and abominations of the earth."
Right. Upon her forehead was written Mystery Babylon, okay? The mother of all harlots. Because you got to break these scriptures down precept from precept, and somebody has to teach you these scriptures for you to understand the mystery that lies within America. To understand that America is Babylon the Great, that has to be broken down to you. That's why it's named the mystery. Read it one more time, brother.
Revelation 17 and 5, it says, "And upon her forehead was a name written, Mystery Babylon the Great, the mother of harlots and abominations of the earth."
Right. That's why this place has been named the mystery. Okay. You got it, brother.
Keep going.
Yep.
Well, before you leave there,
you got it.
If you break that down, that actually breaks down into 666. The mystery Babylon the Great represents a 6. The mother of harlots represents a 6, and the abominations represents a 6. When you actually get into the breakdown of it, so that represents 666, which is the number of this man, the number of this of that beast, man. Which is Esau. This system.
Okay, continuing on, Revelation 17 and 6, it says, "And I saw the woman drunken with the blood of the saints and with the bloods of the martyrs of Yahushua.
Daniel 7.
And when I saw her, I wondered with great admiration."
Yep. He saw this place filled with the blood of the saints, because we are the saints according to Psalms 148 and 14. Okay, Psalms 50 and 5. We are those saints of the Most High. And what has he done? He's worked us rapid, man. Okay, he's worked us ever since we came over here off these boats, man. Okay, and we're still in slavery today, but it's a spiritual slavery in your mind now, because we don't have those chains on us anymore. But what do you got to do? You got to get up and go to work. Okay, you got to get that daily bread out of the sweat of your brow, like the Most High told Adam back when he went off with Eve, man. Okay, so this devil, he's basically wore out the saints, and we can get it, Somebody got that Daniel.
Daniel, this is Daniel 7, verse 25. It says, and he shall speak great words against the Most High.
He shall speak great words against the Most High, being Esau, Edom. He spoke great words against the Most High, saying that he would enlarge his kingdom, basically up into the heavens. Okay, when you go to Isaiah chapter 14, all right, he's the man of sin, or the man of perdition, being destruction, who likened or exalted himself as the Most High, according to 2 Thessalonians chapter 2. You got it.
Come on. It says, and he shall speak great words against the Most High, and shall wear out the saints of the Most High.
Right, and wear out the saints of the Most High, just as I was saying. He is wearing us out, man, spiritually, physically, okay, emotionally. All right, we got our people that we don't know who we are, 2/3 of us, okay? But that's why we had to come out and preach his word, okay, pursuant to Matthew chapter 24 and 14, so the end will come, you know?
It says, and think to change times and laws, and they shall be given into his hand.
Right. He thought to change times and laws. This man's changed. He just did away with daylight savings time, you know, even though that's something that he created anyway. But hey, he has the power to do that. He thought to change times and laws. Okay, he tell people he can do that alphabet whole roll. You know, you can marry this gender with that gender. You know, we don't want to say too much, but we know this is the man who's done that. You know,
right. And it says, and they shall be given into his hand until a time and times and the dividing of times.
Right. He's been given a time of rulership. When you go into Revelation chapter 20, it talks about him coming out of that bottomless pit for 1,000 years. Yeah. That rulership time has been given to him since around the 1300s, that Renaissance period up until now. I mean, he was locked into the from 1300 AD on up until now. Okay, that's that 1,000-year period, you know. But that was it on that. Come on.
And if I can make a real quick point just to add to that, you know, that wearing out of the saints goes back into those curses as well. In Deuteronomy, the 28th chapter, the Lord told us in the 15th verse that if we didn't hearken to his voice to do his commandments, you know, this very day, that he was going to basically destroy us. And when you go into those curses, when you get down towards the you know, after the scattering, down in the latter, you know, towards the end, there's a verse that goes into how we weren't going to have no ease, and the soles of our feet weren't going to have rest, man. And basically all we were going to have is fear and trembling of heart, man. You know what I'm saying? And so this devil has been going hard on Jake, man, you know, putting him to death. You know what I'm saying? That's that fear, man. You know, Jake is the only nation of people who have to teach their kids, you know, before they walk out the house, you know, be careful. You know what I'm saying? You come across a cop, be very careful how you deal with him. Because these other, you know, Edomites and whatever, they talk trash and get loud and you know, have the cops running from them. I've seen a video that Edomite woman, and the cop was running from her ass, man. And I'm like, dude, what the hell? If that was Jake, he would have shot him dead, man. You know what I'm saying? So that fear and trembling of heart, man, this dude done beat us down. You know, also that reminds me of that scene in I think it was 12 Years a Slave, when I believe it's 12 Years a Slave. It was one of those movies, and the chick was picking that cotton, and he cracked that whip, and she jumped and started going harder. You know what I'm saying? That no ease, man, no rest. Work hard and keep them in fear, man, and make them go hard, man. The soles of your feet ain't gonna have no rest here, man. That's how we know that who these scriptures apply to, who's who in this context, man. You know, we know who the ones that cracking the whip. We know who the ones that are ain't getting no rest, ain't getting no ease. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah,
that fear and trembling. No, you got it out.
No, I got that word. Basically the wear out.
Oh, come.
All right. Strong's H1080. Bala. It says to wear out. It says to wear away, to wear out, to harass constantly, to afflict. You see,
man.
Wanted to, like the brother had made that point, man. We the only people who have to tell our children. You know what I'm saying? Hey, what to do? You know what I'm saying? Because they, you know, get pulled up by the car. We constantly harassed.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Hey, that's a sign, man, on who the true people are. Right. Like the Kahan was going into, man.
What they call racial profiling.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Jake, man, don't other nation, that don't happen to no other nation, man. But you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native American, and Seminole Indians of Negro descent, man, that racial profiling. They see Jake walking down the street, they get right on that, you know, and call in. You know what I'm saying? Right out the car on top of his ass, you know, got him against the wall, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
For some sort of suspicion, they'll pull something out their ass, man. But you know what I'm saying? You know, pull them over for suspicion. You know, when they driving. You know, it's suspicious vehicle in a certain area. You know what I'm saying? All kind of madness, man. Racial profiling, man. That's going into, man. That affliction, you know, being harassed, man.
That's right.
You jakes, man. That's not happening to nobody else, man. You know, so but you know, it's a lot of jakes, man. Don't want to subscribe to, which we understand. You know, two parts ain't supposed to get it, man. But man, it's not even. They acting like it's rocket science. This shit is 2 + 2, man. Mm-hmm. If it walk like a duck, goddamn duck, quack like a duck, and look like a duck, it's a duck, man. Mm-hmm. You know, it's that simple. You know.
If I can say too, I just did a video on this, but you got this guy named Hawks Newsom. He's like the leader of that Black Lives Matter. Yeah. I had to do a video on him the other day because he's gonna tell the new mayor up in New York, Eric Adams, he's gonna tell him that if you tell these police task force to ramp up and pull back or double down on the anti-crime unit, that gang unit, if you tell them to start doing that again, we gonna cause a fuss, man. We gonna hit these streets and create violence out here. Well, ain't you gonna get them niggas a check? Because that's what they work for. That's what the anti-gang and crime unit is there for. They want you niggas to get out there and start doing all that violence so they can hit you over the head and get a check for it. That ain't gonna do nothing, man. Right. And basically in the lesson I was saying, you under curses. These curses, y'all not gonna prevail. Black Lives Matter, they don't give a damn about how many times you walk up and down this street, man. These curses gonna grind you to powder every time, man. You know.
I'm going to go ahead and bring one up to come to board. This is from the brother Shaw. And Shalom to y'all. This is Psalms 109:16. It says, because that he remembered not to show mercy, but persecuted the poor and needy man, that he might even slay the broken in heart. And that's what he's doing. He's slaying us. Like he said, he'll set up certain type of what they call it, gang. Gang unit, things like that. Hey, I remember seeing a video where they kind of pulled this. It was just one cop pulled up, and these guys broke loose, and they was running, and he just gunned them down. And for what? They didn't have no. Well, you don't know they had guns, but they were trying to get away. He shot them down. That happens more often. You got to think. You got to think before all these cameras and things came out. Esau was like what we seen on video was they or Orlando and with all these what was it, George Zimmerman and all of them doing all this killing and putting them down. You know, this is something that been happening to Jake. This probably was happening more back then than it is today. But now all these cameras out, and you can, you know, everybody quick to pull out a camera. They'll see you drowning, they'll pull out a camera recording you drowning before they help you. Right. All these cameras out, you can't help but to catch them. So just imagine before these cameras out, all these damn wicked Edomites and these even wicked niggas that was on these police forces doing and what they were doing. And they've been basically doing this since they brought us over here, cargo slave ship. They whooped our back, built a wealthy country without free labor. And then from there, what did he say? Well, we got to get rid of some of these niggas. Now they start getting populated. Same thing happened in Egypt, right? Joseph helped Egypt survive, and then what did the Pharaoh that came didn't know Joseph said, hey, we got to get rid of these niggas. They become more than us. So this is the mindset of Esau. He's the new Pharaoh. So they are looking set to put you niggas in the grave.
And this is spiritual Egypt, man. Revelation the 11th chapter, man, verse 8. And that which was then is now, man. That's right. Ecclesiastes the 3rd chapter. So that's this, you know, this whole it's a circle, man. It's a circle. You know, and everything is a reoccurrence of things, man. When you start getting a true understanding of the scriptures and how the Lord set things up, man. You know what I'm saying? So those same spirits there's not different spirits, it's the same spirits reincarnated back in the earth doing the same thing over again, man. Right. So these devils have the same spirit of them of Pharaoh back in the ancients, man. That spirit is in these Edomites now, man. You know what I'm saying? So hey, nothing new, no new thing, no new man, nothing new under the sun, as they say in the world, man. You know.
This is Baruch chapter 3, verse 8. It says, "Behold, we are yet this day in our captivity, where thou hast scattered us for a reproach and a curse, and to be subject to payments." See, we still in captivity, man, and we still got to pay these payments. And we used to have pay tribute to King in Babylon, okay, the Medo-Persian Empire, we had to pay tribute. So we still got to pay tribute, and it's in the form of bills,
Right.
child support, tickets, rent. You see, and you don't get that unless you're getting wore out by this devil. You got it, bro.
Back to Revelations.
Yeah.
Or just back in Revelation chapter 17 and verse 7. And it says, the angel said unto me, wherefore didst thou marvel? I will tell thee the mystery of the woman and of the beast that carried her, which have the 7 heads and 10 horns.
Right, and that's what we had went over. The 7 heads: Germanium Major, Germanium Minor. Got the French, the British, the Spanish,
Romans.
and the Romans. You know, and then those 10 are talking about those other nations who are also embedded in the EU. Okay, and that's like a long list, you know. But you can get that off the videos that we've done when you go on to Revelation 17, 18. You know, it's 10 nations basically that are in the bed with this beast system, the EU.
Vassal states.
Vassal states, that's right.
All right, continuing on in verse 8, it says, the beast that thou sawest was and is not, and shall ascend out of the bottomless pit and go into perdition. And they that dwell on the earth shall wonder, whose names were not written in the book of life from the foundation of the world, when they behold the beast that was and is not and yet is.
Right, because that beast that was and it's not, but yet is, that's talking about the Roman Empire coming back into play right now with this little horn being America. Right. See, because you had 4 kingdoms before America. You had the Assyrian Babylonian captivity, then the Medo-Persian captivity, then you had the Greeks, and then you had the Romans. Okay, and then that beast went away for a minute because what? The Esau Edom was cast to out of society, man. Okay, he was cast to the Caucasus Mountains or mounts or the Georgia Russia for millennium. Okay, and that's when we were on the scene ruling, and it's called a Byzantine Empire or the Dark Ages. Okay, but that little horn came back into play, being America, Babylon the Great. You know,
and that's why it says that he shall ascend out of the bottomless pit. You know, that's Europe, man.
That's Europe.
You know what I'm saying? Going to
Revelation 19.
Yeah, 13 as well.
13.
You know, when the
no, what's it? 20. I'm 20. I'm
20, right? Yeah. And Revelations 13, when that beast took the fatal head wound, you know, and it came back alive, and all people wondered after the beast. That's what it's going into. You know, them that's they that dwell on the earth shall wonder, whose names were not written in the book of life from the foundation of the world. They're gonna wonder after the beast, man. You know, they're enamored by, you know what I'm saying, America and this whole setup and system, man. You know, they love this place, man. You know what I'm saying?
This place destroying.
All
right, continuing on, it says, verse 9, it says, and here is the mind which hath wisdom, the 7 heads of 7 mountains which the woman sitteth. And there,
oh my bad. I was gonna say the 7 heads, talking about those same that beast system, and the 7 mountains. That's the 7 governments of these countries within the beast system.
Right. You know, that beast system started with Esau, man. That's why you read in Revelation 13, he talks about that leopard. Okay. Continuing on, it says, verse 10, it says, and there are 7 kings, 5 are fallen, and 1 is, and the other is not yet come. And when he cometh, he shall continue a short space. And the beast,
so I can keep reading, brother.
And the beast that was and is not, even he is the 8th, and is of the 7, and goeth into perdition.
Right, talking about Esau Edom. You know, he's gonna be that last king or that ruler of the current age or eon that we're in. He's that king that's gonna go into perdition. He's gonna go into destruction. You know,
that's right.
So we'll keep going.
Yeah.
Okay, verse 12, it says, and the 10 horns which thou sawest are 10 kings, which have received no kingdom as yet, but received power as kings for 1 hour with the beast.
Right, because these other nations, they received that power with the beast for this 1 hour. Because just like Job chapter 20 and 4 go into the triumph of the wicked is short. This has been a short time compared to the Lord, in which these kingdoms have ruled 1 hour with the beast. Because these other nations, they ain't have it going on like that until America came into play. You know, so that 1 hour is talking about the 1 hour that these kings were able to rule with America. You know, this short amount of time that America has ruled over this age or this eon that we're in. You know.
real quick one. This is Second Ezra 6 verse 9. It says, "For Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth it." And like I say, you have these other nations, because this is Esau's kingdom, have jumped on the back of Esau, and they have been riding his coattail. But like you say, Esau is getting for the okie doke. So now he's starting to say, this is the real nigga in the world. This is the one that really is putting have brought destruction upon us. All right, he had basically gave us these things, and we've been living lavish. But all in all, he's been coming in, taking our the value of basically of our lands. He's been taking all the nutrients. Look what he did in Afghanistan. He went over there and been in there 20 plus years. And then what did he do? What did he do when he got tired of him? We were through with him. He just got up and left. You saw what Biden did. He got them planes and left. You think Afghanistan, they happy about what he was doing there for 20 years? They said we've been put our land back in order, get our women back in order and everything. But this dude, he would give certain weapons out to basically run other countries and basically pummel governments.
He set up coups.
So yeah, you have a lot of countries that this devil have dealt with these other nations, and they got a grudge. You think Japan, even though they supposed to be somewhat allies, you think they don't got no grudge against Babylon? Hell, the nukes, they tried out the nukes on their people. They still suffering because of that.
If I can make a point too, back up in verse 11, it says, "And the beast that was and is not, even he is the eighth." Now that's going into America, man. Okay, because it also says he is of the seven and goeth in perdition, like the brother read earlier. Germania Major, the French, the British, the Spanish, the Romans. You know what I'm saying? He is that eighth. Because he's going to come out of Great Britain, man. Okay, that's what that's talking about. I just want to, make that point, bro. All right.
And I believe that if I'm not mistaken, that 1 hour represents about 41 to 42 years, or 41 and a little over 41 years, but roughly 41 to 42 years. Just to add to that too.
What they say, like from 1970 to 2008.
It was I thought it was like 2000.
Yes.
It ended. Their time actually was up in 2000.
Yeah.
So they on borrowed time right now. All the way up to 20 what we in 2022. So they've been on borrowed time for the last 20 plus years, man.
Right.
So they on borrowed time. So this thing is gonna happen. Like we there, man. We're there. We're in those times now because they're actually on borrowed time. And I believe I heard Apostle Rambam break that down. Like actually their time was up like in around 2000.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah.
And that's why, man, no man knoweth the hour nor the day that our Lord shall return. So all the people who fell out of this truth, like because of that year 2000 when the end really didn't come, man, you're gonna miss out on salvation, man. You should have just kept your hand on the plow.
Mm-hmm.
Verse 13, it says, "These have one mind and shall back in Revelation 17 and verse 13, these have one mind and shall give their power and strength unto the beast." One of those vassal states.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. It's in verse 14.
It also represents like, and I always make a point, you have a right hand joint heir, with Yahushua and the elect. You got a left hand joint heir with Esau with these vassal nations, man. Everything, right hand, left hand, man. You know what I'm saying? So yes, that's a left hand joint heir, man. So just want to make that point.
Come on, brother. All right. Revelation 17 and 14, it says, "These shall make war with the Lamb, and the Lamb shall overcome them. For he is Lord of lords and King of kings, and they that are with him are called and chosen and faithful."
Right. And you already know that's going into when our Lord and Savior fight with these different nations, man. He's gonna come down and basically beat these nations to dust. And he's gonna make them fight them, but he's still gonna beat their butts to dust, man.
Mm-hmm.
And when you go to Revelation, I believe it's like 11 and 15, it talks about the kings of this world have been turned over into the kingdoms of our Lord, because he's gonna take this place with force,
Yeah, but they're gonna make war with the Lamb going to what is that? Revelations was it 12?
Yeah,
12.
Yeah,
Okay. Second Ezra chapter 13 goes into that war, but Yahushua is gonna overcome them, man. Okay, you got it, brother.
It's Revelations 12 and 7. "And there was war in heaven. Michael and his angels fought against the dragon, and the dragon fought and his angels, and prevailed not.
That means that they didn't win, man.
Man, it's written for them to lose, bro.
And, and a Christian will read that and think that, that's talking about, Satan and the angels
Right.
fight. You know what I mean?
Right.
No, it's going into the Michael, the archangel, and the rest in the army of the Heavenly Father
Mhm.
versus Esau and those nations, like you said, those joint heirs with Esau. You know what I'm saying? That's under
Right.
Esau, man.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
It says, and prevail not. So they're going to lose. Neither was their place found anymore in heaven. You know what I'm saying? So they're going to be, Esau's about to get taken out of rulership,
Mm-hmm.
and them join heir right along with it, man. That's why it says in Daniel's, the 7th chapter, I beheld till the thrones were cast down, which lines up perfectly with Revelation, the 19th chapter, when the Yahushua returns to judge and make war, he's going to have those many crowns on his head because he's coming to take these devils and their joint heir rulers down, man. All these governments, man, they're going to get taken down, and that government of Israel is going to be established in the earth, bringing forth Matthew 6 and 10, thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Of course, that's not going to happen. It's going to be a dispensation of time, period of time to get everything exactly. Of course, 1,000 years they're going to be in slavery. All of that for that first 1,000 years is going to be getting everything put back into its order, man. You know what I'm saying? And of course, after that, it will allow these nations to go back to their rightful places and set up. They're going to be tributaries, but Esau is going to become pursuing Obadiah, the 1st chapter and verse 18. Stubble, man. The whole house. They're going to get burned up in a big ass bonfire and eliminated from the and just exterminated from the planet Earth, man. You know what I'm saying?
That's why all these nations they join their with Esau. They in what the Valley of Jehoshaphat, as it says in Joel 3. You start at the top on that, around 2 and the 2nd and 3rd verse. These are the same ones that's going to see Yahushua and see the chariots, all right, the fathership, and they're going to be so afraid, as it says in 2nd Ezra 13, around the 8th verse, and they durst going to fight. So all these nations are going to team up still to try to fight against Yahushua, and they are going to lose. You know what I'm saying? Because he said that the rays of light will come out, and they're going to be.
It says of an innumerable multitude, nothing but dust.
I was just thinking about that.
So you ain't gonna even be able to tell they was there, man.
Mm-hmm.
And Ezra was afraid.
Yeah.
He said, I was afraid.
Yeah.
He said the vision of the nations get destroyed and scared the hell out of him, man.
That's right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Man, it had to be horrible.
Mm-hmm.
This thing's gonna be bad, bro.
Yeah.
When the Lord does what he's gonna do, man. Phew.
So this is Zephaniah chapter 3, verse 8. It says, therefore wait ye upon me, saith Yahweh, until the day that I rise up to the prey. For my determination is to gather the nations, that I may assemble the kingdoms, to pour upon them mine indignation, even all my fierce anger. For all the earth shall be devoured with the fire of my jealousy. So the Lord is saying, wait till he rises up to the prey, because he's going to assemble all these different nations to fight against themselves. So he can pour, it's like he's making a smoothie. And the ingredients is these nations all fighting together amongst each other. And then he going to pour out his great wrath with Michael and the Holy Host, under Yahushua, so they can get their vengeance on him.
That's right. The fire.
Yeah, that's a holy concoction right there. But you got it, brother.
I got one real quick. Just to lay on back. This is Joel chapter 3 and verse 9. It says, proclaim ye this among the Gentiles, which that's going into these nations, man.
Mm-hmm.
It says, wait, prepare war. Wake up the mighty men. Let all the men of war draw near. Let them come up. Beat your plowshares into swords, which plowshares is a farming equipment, man. You know what I'm saying? So they're going to come out of, just everyday life of working, because there's going to be a draft. You women, you get ready, a draft is coming, you want to be that equal.
Right,
you know what I'm saying? That what was it called though? That women's liberation. You wanted that women's live. Okay, well here it comes. That draft is coming for your ass. You know what I'm saying? Since you wanted to be equal to a man, let's get that. And I'll say in a minute to a woman, hey, if a burglar come in the goddamn house, you want to be equal. You gonna pull it. You gonna try to pull some rank.
Yeah.
Then take your tail out there and deal with that. Then don't look at me, 'cause I'm gonna look at you. You know what I'm saying? So hey, those type of situations show, you know what I'm saying, what's what really. You know what I'm saying? Because she gonna look at you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? She ain't gonna be like,
Right.
chest out and walk out there and go deal with it.
Yeah.
She gonna and
Yeah,
get behind
yeah,
you.
you waiting on.
She gonna wake you up.
There's somebody in the house. Yeah.
Exactly. You see that shit all the time in movies. On, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They gonna wake the man up, proving who. You know what I'm saying? So hey, stay in that order. But you know, y'all want to come with that energy. Keep that energy, man. You know. But it says, beat your plowshares into swords. You know, those swords represent those that hey, they finna go into battle, man. You know, military. You know, guns. You know, weapons, man. And your pruning hooks into spears. Let the weak sound strong. As these nations that once was, you know, America was a bully, man. You know, big bad bully on the playground.
Right.
But everybody has become nuclear capable now. It says, assemble yourselves and come, all ye heathen, and gather yourselves together round about. Thither cause thy mighty ones to come down, O Lord, Yahweh Shem Yahushua. And that's the angels. They setting all this stuff up, man. You know what I'm saying? It says, let the heathen be wakened and come up to the valley of Yehoshaphat. For there will I sit to judge all the heathen round about. And he's gathering these nations in the, as a matter of fact, I think it's going to go into that, ain't it? It says, put ye in a sickle, for the harvest is ripe. Get you down, for the press is full. The fats overflow, for their wickedness is great. Multitudes in the valley of decision. There it is. For the day of the Lord is near in the valley of decision, and that's the valley of Yehoshaphat, man. You know, which is over there around near the Euphrates over there, where he's got them the militaries gathering as we speak, man. Right. You know what I'm saying? And once everything is in that area as it should be and fulfilled, you know, that means the elect is sealed, man. You know what I'm saying? And then everything, all hell finna pop loose, man. Pop off, man.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying?
Get a real quick one. This is 1 Peter 4, because we're going to do the Valley of Jehoshaphat. He said all nations. So this means all the armies is going to come into one and have this great battle. And I'm going to read it in the regular and then go into the NLT. It says, 1 Peter 4:7, but the end of all things is at hand. Be ye therefore sober and watch unto prayer. And in NLT it says, the end of the world is coming soon. Therefore be earnest and disciplined in your prayers. So this is here. All right, this it said coming soon. So basically we see it. What the old poop dog just said, I don't want to say because well, he just said, hey, in America, if you keep interfering with these affairs, we're going to shoot a nuke over there. Mm-hmm. So this is one button away from starting some real fire.
Right.
So, hey, that's why I said watch and pray. We're watching, we're praying, we're letting our people know as well. If you don't get it right and you don't get it right soon, hey, death and destruction coming to you.
Mm-hmm. And that end of the world is talking about the end of their world, man.
Mm-hmm.
It's not talking about the end of the actual world, the globe, you know, the earth, because when you read in Ecclesiastes, the first chapter in verse 4, it says the earth abideth forever. Yeah. The Lord didn't create this stuff to complete it. He destroys within his creation. That's right. He doesn't destroy his creation, man. You know what I'm saying? It's like with the flood, man. He didn't destroy it. He destroyed within the earth, man. You know, he didn't destroy the earth, you know, but it'll say that, destroy the world. But that's not what it's talking about. It's talking about within, you know, just like he's going to do the same thing just with these nukes, man. He's going to, everywhere these Edomites are, you know, and all this wickedness is playing out, nukes going to hit that place, man. It's not going to hit everywhere, you know, but there's certain designated places that it is going to hit. We know for sure America is one of them. The land of Israel, it's going to hit there too. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So those are guaranteed designated spots, you know, that the Lord has on his, you know, he got that little, you know, up there, you know, as a matter of fact, I remember Anna did this one time down there where we teach. He pulled up something like what, like the missile, it shows how the missile, and it right there where we teach, bro. Yeah. And it shows a missile is going to hit right there where we teach at, man. You know, that's how bad that shit was, man. That shit was, it tripped me out when I saw it. But yeah, so we can get back.
All right, just back in Revelation chapter 17 and verse 15, it says, and he said unto me, the waters which thou sawest, where the horse sitteth, are peoples and multitudes and nations and tongues.
Right. That's going back to the first verse, where the horse that sit upon many waters. You know, that's America, Babylon, great in the midst of all these different nations, and it's ruling over these other nations.
That's right.
Esau is that Green Bay tree, man. You know.
Verse 16, it says, and the 10 horns which thou saweth upon the beast, these shall hate the whore, and shall make her desolate and naked, and shall eat her flesh, and burn her with fire.
And that's what we have. That's what we're seeing happen right now as we speak. Okay, these other nations are looking down upon America primarily for angling them against Russia. You know, these other nations didn't want that to transpire like that. You know, with Ukraine basically going amongst or against Russia by trying to make themselves their own establishment again, and America backing them. And now these other nations that are in bed with America are being forced to follow along with America, or make a decision, or make a decision as to say, no, we're not going to do it. Yeah. So now they're thinking, like, I mean, are we going to get nuked by, old boy too, if we making this decision with America? You know, so this is all going to angle them to start hating this war for the flagrant, foul decisions that it makes. You know.
Yeah, America is that nigga in the gang that always go around starting shit where everybody else chilling, man.
Right.
Now you can start some beef and everybody, man, this nigga doing too goddamn. I'm just trying to fucking chill. Right. You know, you're gonna eventually start hating that nigga. I'm tired, man. I want to hang with this nigga. Right. You know, that's like going into, man. That's basically what's gonna happen, man. They gonna get tired of how America, because hey, man, like scripture say, he was more stout than his fellows, man. Ain't nobody more prouder than these goddamn Americans, man. Right. And Esau Edom, man. You know. So eventually, these nations are gonna get tired of the way America is handling business, man. Yeah. And they're gonna, all right, we're gonna go over here with him. You know what I'm saying?
Like the movie The Four Brothers, they had the dude that the main guy, that
Victor Sweet.
Victor Sweet. Yeah. They hated him, but they worked for him. You know what I'm saying? So at the end, they got to the point they were like, you know what, we're gonna bring him out here and shit, we're gonna feed him to the wolves. Victor Sweet. Yeah, that's America. America Victor Sweet.
Man, for real. Hey, continuing on, Revelation 17 and verse 17, it says, "For the Most High have in their hearts to fulfill His will, and to agree and give their kingdoms unto the beast, until the words of the Most High shall be fulfilled."
Yep. And just like when you go to Proverbs 21:1, the king's heart is what? It's in the hands of the Lord. Okay, he gonna basically direct him. You know, Proverbs 16, the Lord directed the man's steps. You see, whatever the Lord desires for a king to make or decide, that's what their king is going to do. Just like he hardened Pharaoh's heart, he's hardened that damn Joe Biden's senile ass heart. You know, so that's whatever he wants to play out. That's what these people are going to do. You know.
Yep. Verse 18: "And the woman which thou sawest is the great city, which reigneth over the kings of the earth."
Yep. And the woman the woman that they saw, which is America, Babylon the Great, that's the city that reigned over these other great cities of the earth. You know, so you can clearly see why the judgment is coming primarily at Babylon the Great. These other nations are wicked too, and the Lord don't care about them either. But the primary judgment is coming America's way. You know.
And that's why when you
no, I'm just agreeing, bro.
And that's why when you go into the very next chapter, Revelation 18, it follows right up with the destruction of America, man. You know what I'm saying? So this can go into that destruction, bro. So you can go ahead and make your point.
No, I was just agreeing, bro. I was just agreeing, man. Yeah, because man, it's America. It has a tab. It has a pay, man. You know, it was founded off, like I said, we read earlier up in the same chapter, man. It was drunk off the blood of the saints, man. You know, this place is full of our blood, man. The blood of the Israelites, man. Okay, and like the scripture saying, what is that? Numbers 33, 35, 35, 33. Yeah, man. Hey, your blood is required, man. Either basically, yeah, you spill blood, so your blood is gonna be required, man. Tells you in Habakkuk too, woe to him that established a city out of iniquity, man. Okay, so America has a pay. You got something, bro?
Yeah. So like,
go ahead.
It's Revelation 18:4. It says, "And I heard another voice from heaven saying, Come out of her, my people, that ye be not partakers of her sins, and that ye receive not of her plagues." And we used to teach basically that's talking about arise out of the spiritual slumber that you in America. But the apostles brought out that that's talking about come up hither. Okay, just as Revelations 11:10, it's like Revelation 11 goes into, But the next verse, the point says, "For her sins have reached unto heaven, and the Most High hath remembered her iniquities." Just like the Quran was just going into, everything that America has done has been foul, rebellious, wicked, okay, against the ways of the Lord. and ultimately the sins of this place have reached unto the heavens.
Right.
So the recompense has to come back for her iniquities that she has accomplished, like the brother said.
And can you read that again? That first verse that you read.
Verse 4, Revelation chapter 18, verse 4.
Because remember, I said going into the very next, because you're at 18, right?
Yeah.
It's going to that destruction. Read that real quick for me. I'll make a point real quick.
It said Revelation 18 and 4, and I heard another voice from heaven saying, "Come out of her, my people, that ye be not partakers of her sins, and that ye receive not of her plagues."
Them plagues, that's that destruction, the missiles. I want to just bring this out just to make that point of them plagues, man. This is Zechariah chapter 14 and verse 12. And this shall be the plague, which that's what that's going into, wherewith the Lord will smite all the people that have fought against Jerusalem. Their flesh shall consume away while they stand upon their feet, and their eyes shall consume away in their holes, and their tongue shall consume away in their mouths, man. So just like that sign of, well, as a matter of fact, that movie Terminator 2, I believe, at the end when Sarah Connor was on that fence and she looked into the distance, saw that bright flash, and then all of a sudden that wave of heat and fire started going through, just destroying everything, and it hit her when her hands was on that fence, and what it just turned her into a skeleton, which really at the end of the day, that's not going to even be, man. You know, it's going to that's going to turn to dust, man. It ain't gonna be no remains, man. It ain't gonna be no skeletons laying around, man. Once this heat finishes, everything is gonna be totally disintegrated, man. You know what I'm saying? But that gives you a good depiction of what, you know, is coming, man. So we just read the end scene of Terminator 2 right here, man. You know what I'm saying? Which is the plagues that we just read in Revelation the 18th chapter, which is that destruction, man.
Right.
You know?
That's physically, like you said in Revelation 18 and 4. You know, like you said, that's when the Lord is literally going to call up the elect, all right? And then 144,000, you know, like you said, the ones that's going to get delivered from that, right? Yeah. So how do you get out of that? The Lord said you have to depart from the ways of this world. All right? And this is Micah 2 in verse 10. It says, "Arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest, because it is polluted, it shall destroy you." How's it going to destroy you? The brothers just read it. The Khan just read it. It's gonna destroy you, like Sarah Connor when she saw that fire coming. But if you arise and depart, you can get delivered through that mercy, and because we're at that grace period. And it says arise and depart, and that's through your life, your mind. You know, get out of that and get in the spiritual aspect of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, and get out the carnal ways and the spirit and the wicked ways of Esau and this world. It says arise and depart. Arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest, because it is polluted, and it shall destroy you, even with a sore destruction. Yeah. That is going to be through that fire, that purification.
Yeah. So Revelations 11 and let me see, in verse 12 it says, "And they heard a great voice from heaven saying, Come up hither, and they ascended up in heaven in a cloud, and their enemies beheld them." In verse 13, in that same hour was a great earthquake, and a 10th part of the city fell, and in the earthquake were slain 7,000, and the remnant were affrighted and gave glory unto the power of heaven. So that's gonna be synonymous. It's gonna be simultaneously, man. While this bitch is getting blown up, we gonna, like the scripture saying, Zechariah, that one part gonna be brought through the fire, man. Okay. We're gonna be changed, man. Okay, we're gonna go up in those clouds, man, those chariots, man. Okay. How about Shem Yahushua? And the enemies are gonna behold us, bro. You know, you people are gonna see the man of the Lord, okay, and the elect getting beamed up, man. And just like the scripture say, as you're gonna be held, you're gonna be watching it. And the scriptures tell you that, you know, all those that followed after the beast gonna be cast alive into the lake of fire. So your ass gonna be alive, being burnt up, seeing us get beamed up. Lord willing, we are those men. Right. You see?
I got one more. This is Matthew chapter 24, verse 40. It says, "Then shall two be in the field, the one shall be taken, and the other left." What's that talking about? Okay, that's talking about somebody in the field, okay, and they look around, another person just is there. They turn for 1 second and look. Oh, they gone. Where they went? To a chariot. Okay, the Lord saved them from that coming destruction. Verse 41. "Two women shall be grinding at the mill. The one shall be taken, and the other left." So she grinding at the mill, you know, going in, and she just look around for 1 second. That other person who was working, they gone.
Yep.
You know, it says, "Watch therefore, for ye know not what your Lord does come. So hey, you better be taking this ministry serious, man. You know, and just like Apostle Ricard said, you know, take this, be obsessed with this ministry, man.
Right.
You know, we ain't doing this to look cute. This is for our own salvation, you know. So you got to be obsessed with this.
And I wanted to make a point on that verse 13 of Revelation 11 and 13. That 10th part of the city goes into those FEMA regions of America, man. Okay, that's that 10th part, man. You can Google it, look it up. It's gonna go from some 0 to 9. You count it, that's 10. That's those 10 parts, man. Okay.
Yep.
The whole that's showing you from one side of America all the way to the other side,
Yep.
it's gonna be destroyed, man. You know,
that's it. You know, and the field represents the world. What you know, what the brother just went into when he was going into it. With one be taken out the field,
Right.
another left. That's the world, because we read in I believe it's Mark, the 13th chapter. It breaks it down how the field is the world. You know what I'm saying? You know, so just to make that point.
You can be anywhere, anytime.
Yeah, exactly.
And these people, that's why when in Revelation 11 they said, and they beheld their when he said they was taken up, and our enemies beheld them. Right. That's anywhere, because you could be around a 2/3 or either nation anywhere, and they beholding you getting sucked up into that chariot. You know,
throughout the four corners, because Matthew 24 and 31. He gonna gather them from the one end of heaven to the other. So that gathering is gonna be happening, like the Khan said, simultaneously. So all throughout the 4 parts, those people, those men, women, and children gonna be going up in the chariots, man. You know what I'm saying? As those missiles are coming down. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you can be in the wilderness.
Right.
You can be in a concentration camp. You can be under the guillotine when the blade about to come down, man. You know, the Lord ain't gonna get beamed up, man. You know.
This is Wisdom of Solomon 5 and 2. He says, when they see it, they shall be troubled with terrible fear, and shall be amazed at the strangeness of his salvation, so far beyond all that they look for. Hey, and you're gonna see that strangeness. That's what is something strange? That's something that ain't really seen before. You be looking at it like, you know, and at the same time they seeing something coming down upon their head. Like you say, fire can rain on your head. Hey, so this is a beautiful thing, and like you say, the strangeness that they're gonna see is gonna be we being beat up in those chariots. You know, and like I say, we say Lord willing, we're those men, but we have to have faith that we are. You know, you got 2 billion Christians, and you think they, if not more now, you know, you think they would have been got beamed up. So, and they don't give you anything. You don't got no understanding of the scriptures. You know, this is 100% truth, and we stay and abide by you know, and continue to stand upon our watch and keep pushing the word. Hey, Lord, when we have faith that we'll be delivered. You know. I'm just saying we just have to keep pushing and keep believing and having that faith.
Can you read that one more time, bro?
Come. This is back in Wisdom of Solomon 5.
Might as well start at 1.
Come. In verse 1.
Yeah, it's real.
It says, then shall the righteous man stand in great boldness.
Man, that's crazy when you actually read this. That ties right up with that Revelation 11, bro.
Yep.
Goes into us when the Most High put that spirit back on us, and then what? We get beamed up in that destruction, bro.
That's right.
You know?
That's right. It says, then shall the righteous man stand in great boldness before the face of such as have afflicted him.
Also, Ezekiel 37 chapter. You know what I'm saying? We got the wind, bones, sinews, everything came back over us. We know who we are now. And it says they stood upon their feet, an exceeding great army. You know what I'm saying? Which lines up. Yeah. Also with that in Revelations.
That's right. And made no account of his labors. Hey, and you know, like I say, you have these bones, you know, we coming back together as being what? That body. The body of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. And these people that see us out here on the highways and byways, you know, even our enemies, Esau, 2/3 of our enemies now, because they ain't going, you know, they ain't abiding with us. You know, they see it, you know, and like I said, they make no account of our labors, what we're doing. You know, you may have your woman, you know, you're always doing out here with them guys, which out here talking and being hated, talking hate for. Hey, we're speaking the word. We're speaking the word how Bashem Yahushua. What comes with that? Lamentation and woe, but also salvation.
It's like, can I read just one real quick one? This is James chapter 5, verse 4. It says, behold, the hire of the laborers who have reaped down your fields. And this is James talking to the rich men, okay? Because in verse 1 it says, go to now, ye rich men, weep and howl for your miseries that shall come upon you, right? And those are the miseries that's going to come upon the rich man, Esau, Edom. You see what the brother talking about, that strangers of our salvation, that's going to be miseries for these people.
Right.
But when you go back to James 5, it says, verse 4, behold, the hire of the laborers who have reaped down your fields, which is of you kept back by fraud, crieth. So when it says the strangers, let's read that one more time, brother.
Come. This is back in Wisdom of Solomon 5, and we say at the top.
Yeah, verse 2, where it's talking about the laborers.
Oh yeah, that was at the end of verse 1.
Yeah.
This is Wisdom of Solomon 5 and 1. It says, then shall the righteous man stand up in great boldness before the face of such as have afflicted him, and made no account of his labors.
Right. He ain't make account of what our people have done over here, man. Building this country all the way to hell up, giving him a jump start over all these different countries of the world, man. He don't make no account of that, man. So when it says, which is kept back by you by fraud, you commit fraud on us, because we don't have anything we supposed to have. Being that we did all that, we didn't get really paid, and really payback is through your blood, man. Like Numbers chapter 33, 35 going to, or 35 and 33. So like if I'm mismatching that, but brothers know where the scripture's at. It says, kept back by you by fraud, crying, and the cries of them which have reaped are entered into the ears of the Lord of Sabaoth.
Man.
So it's truth that we're out desperately and diligently preaching all the time about how you're going into slavery, and payback is going to come back by you through your blood, okay, through our Lord's vengeance when he come back, okay. All of that, it has went into the ears of our Lord, man. It's went to the ears of Yahweh Shemel Shah. That's why.
No, make your point, bro.
I'm just gonna say that's why the strength of salvation is gonna be met with great fear on these people, man.
Hey, read that part about the laborers, bro. I mean, who really crying, bro? Is everybody crying? Is the whole nation of Israel crying? No, it's only the elect, man, that's crying out for this shit, man. Everybody else, to 2/3 of the nation of Israel, love it. They ain't got no problem with it. They want this place to continue, man. Okay, well, read that part again, bro.
It says, James 5 and 4, behold, the hire of the laborers who have reaped down your fields, which is of you kept back by fraud, crieth, and the cries of them which have reaped are entered into the ears of the Lord of Sabaoth.
Yeah, because the scriptures say that the praise of the righteous pierce the clouds, man. You see? Everybody not crying. Like I said, 2/3 of the nation of Israel, they love going to work in the morning.
Right.
They love getting robbed and their money taken from them, bro, before they get their check, man. But we don't. We crying out, bro. When we labor for this nigga, man. We got every brother here got it working, man. Got to work for this whole ass nigga, man. And we crying out to the Lord, and those cries has entered into their ears, man.
That's right.
That's why the Lord. That's why it says in what is that? Isaiah 19. I think around now, the 19th verse said they shall cry unto the Lord. He shall send them a savior, and a great one, man. Our big brother Yahweh shot, man.
That's right.
You see? Hey, can you get that part in Wisdom of Solomon, bro? Because I want to bring this definition out.
Come on, talking about that where was it?
Yeah.
Come on. This is Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 5, verse 1. It says, then shall the righteous man stand in great boldness before the face of such as have afflicted him, and made no account of his labors.
Keep going.
It says, when they see it, they shall be troubled with terrible fear, and shall be amazed at the strangeness of his salvation, so far beyond all that they looked for.
So I want to get the word, the etymology for the word strange. It says from elsewhere, foreign, unknown, unfamiliar, unusual. Okay. And I'm gonna read those again. It says from elsewhere, man. Because our salvation is gonna come from the heaven, which all you niggas is mocking. Niggas who know that they Israelite mocking that, man. Okay. You gonna see it. That's why it says in Revelation, every eye shall see him, man. You gonna see our salvation, man. It says foreign, unknown, because the world don't know Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shah, man. They don't know the Lord. They don't know about the chariots and stuff, man. It's unknown. It's gonna be strange unto these people, man, what the Lord is about to do, man. You see? Just like it was strange, he like you bring that precept all the time, bro. Yeah, he gonna do his acts, his strange acts, man. We got it's multiple examples in the Bible. The Lord doing strange act means unusual signs, man. You know what I'm saying? When he split the Red Sea, when he made the sun stand still. It was him sending the chariots before King David, man, to destroy the enemy, man. That was a strange act, man.
Right.
And you're gonna see a real strange act, man, when the Lord, because he's gonna come back, man, in great glory, man. And you're gonna see actually man getting beamed up into these unfamiliar to these people, the spacecrafts, man, which are really the chariots of the Lord, man. You know, that's why, like the priest said, that's why these people are gonna be in great fear. Time right into Revelations 1:7 when they say they're gonna weep and howl. You know what I'm saying? Roughly paraphrasing when they see the Lord, man.
Because they're gonna associate it to being a so-called alien. You know, an alien invasion. You know, Esau and bug these people out to the point that, you know what I'm saying, Jake's very salvation, they're going to be afraid of it, man, because they have no idea. They're going to think it's an alien invasion. They're going to see these people getting beamed up, and they're going to think, oh, they're getting abducted. Yeah. It's like that dude, Elias. Elias. It's funny, man. And he going to ask the cop,
You ain't going to do nothing.
Yeah. What the hell the cops gonna do, man? But get their ass hit with a laser with one of them beams of light, man. One of them laser beams, man. They can't do nothing, bro. You know what I'm saying? So these people ain't gonna have nothing. But he had that fear too. You know, when he was scared as hell. Aliens! You know?
Yeah. Everybody was bugging out in that.
Everybody was bugging. And you can imagine, bro, that they gonna actually see, like the Yahushua gonna be in one like that mountain, great that Ezra was describing, man. Yeah. So you're gonna see this big ass chariot, and again, we always talk about it, that force, that gravitational pull, that force that it's gonna bring when it enters into this atmosphere. It's gonna everything's shaking up, and it's gonna be powerful, man. That alone is gonna be scary as hell, man. You know what I'm saying? They've never seen that. So that's that unusual, you know what I'm saying? They ain't seen nothing like that. It's never happened, man. You know what I'm saying? So that's why it's going to bug these people out, man. Right. And like you said, these groups that's mocking, One Body and Yahushua and all these groups that's mocking it, man. They going to be among them, man. That terrible fear, it's going to be on them.
Read that. When this is what you niggas gonna be thinking and saying in your mind. Keep going, bro.
This is verse 2. That's
the spirit of priest line. That's just lined up perfectly right with the scripture, bro.
It says, verse 2, when they see it, they shall be troubled with terrible fear. And then, and shall be amazed at the strangeness of his salvation, so far beyond all that they look for. And they repenting and groaning and for anguish of spirit shall say within themselves,
"Oh, what have I done?" Ass niggas, man.
Yeah. Looking ass. Cause you gonna damn sure how this look right here. You niggas gonna how this look right here. These gonna be your thoughts right here, man.
And they repenting and groaning for anguish of spirit shall say within themselves, this was he whom we had sometimes in derision and a proverb of reproach.
GMS was right. He was right. You can imagine, bro, man. Ooh, I would hate to be y'all niggas, man. Woo, bro.
Esau, these nations, and 2/3 of Jake. We always say it, bro.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Y'all, you 2/3 ass niggas is among this, man.
Yeah.
You're part of the enemies that beheld when they get caught up.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Y'all gonna be a part of that, bro.
Verse 4 says, we fools accounted his life madness and his end to be without honor. Hey, you niggas like One Body thinking that he didn't have a miracle. This is a damn miracle.
Right.
Bro.
Man.
Oh, man. Bro. Put it in your face, man.
Yeah. Deservingly so.
Hey, it's some more. Keep on listening.
It says, verse 5, it says, how is he numbered among the children of the Most High? It says, and his lot is among the saints. It says, therefore have we erred from the way of truth, and the light of righteousness has not shined unto us.
You see, and they thinking that because they know it's too late. Now it's too late.
Yep.
You can't do shit but take that missile.
Right.
Yep.
Damn. Woo! That's on me. That Big Jaw. Brothers watch them Big Jaw video.
Yeah.
Damn. That's all you niggas gonna be. Cause what can you do? Niggas can't do nothing but take that missile, man, and know that you done fucked up, man. You know?
Yep. It says, and the light of righteousness has not shined unto us, and the sun of righteousness rose not upon us.
Mm-hmm.
It says, we weary ourselves in the way of wickedness and destruction. It's like you said, they wearied themselves in the way of destruction. They were saying, oh, you know, ain't no miracles. Oh, the Lord, this ain't doing this. And look, they ain't worried themselves, and now look what the destruction is coming upon.
Mm-hmm.
It says, yea, we have gone through deserts where they lay no way. All right. But as for the way of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, we have not known it. Go on. We'll keep pushing.
What else to say, bro?
Oh, yeah. It says, what has pride profited us?
Mm-hmm.
It says, or what good?
Because them niggas is proud, man.
Mm-hmm.
They got a huge congregation following. Them niggas, you know, everybody just worship, just in awe at you niggas, man. You niggas got on the garment, walking macho, man.
Right.
Hold the camera. Come on, nigga. Especially that Jeff the bitch ass,
Oh,
man.
yeah.
You know, what is that pride gonna do you in that day, man? You gonna know. You Israelite groups, man, that know, man, you gonna know, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Damn, I can't stress it enough, bro.
Yep.
It's gonna be too late, bro. Then with all of what that brother reading, that's gonna be the thoughts of the man that it's gonna be too late. It's over. Your ass is getting put to death. That's for a certain, man.
What did it say? We went up in 3. It said they were repenting at that time and groaning when they were sinning.
Yep.
You know, they were repenting at that time, like, oh no, Lord, oh please, you know, Baba Kashah.
But they gonna know they fucked up, man.
Mm-hmm.
We making gnashing of teeth, man.
That's right. Back in verse 8, it says, what has pride profited us? Or what good has riches with our vaunting brought us? It says, all those things are passed away like a shadow and as a post that hasted by. And it says, and as the ship that passeth over the waves of the water, which when it is gone by, the trace thereof cannot be found, neither the pathway of the keel in the waves.
Everything decimated, and you know
How you go through and be
and the missiles, and it describes that when the missiles hit, man, it says before them everything basically is beautified, but and then as it leaves behind them a desert wasteland, man, desolate and through. You know what I'm saying? So and that's why it ain't gonna be no traces, man. You niggas gonna get turned to powder. You know, just like I said, there ain't gonna be no skeletons, man. The scriptures being turned to powder, man.
Right, right.
You know, so that means your bones, everything is gonna be, you know, so ain't gonna be no skeletons, man. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna get turned to utterly beaten to powder, man. You know, when the missile, them beams hit you.
Got something, bro?
Yeah. This is 2 Thessalonians chapter 2, and I'm starting at verse 10 because we know 2 Thessalonians chapter 2 goes into revealing who the man of perdition is, which is Esau, right? But going down later in the chapter, verse 10, it says, and with all deceivableness of unrighteousness in them that perish, because they receive not the love of the truth, and that they might be saved, right? Because they believed that this man was God, you know? So they basically got the wool pulled over their eyes, right? Mm-hmm. But verse 11 is the point, said, and for this cause, the Most High shall send them strong delusion that they should believe a lie, right? You know, because like I pulled earlier, Proverbs 21:1, a king's heart is given to the hand of the Lord, or the Lord directs his steps. In Proverbs chapter 16, he can send you a strong delusion that what you will believe a lie, just like how he sent those evil angels unto the prophets of Ahab, you know, and where he say, "I'll be a lying spirit in the mouth of all his prophets." Well, he'll send that strong delusion to these other camps, these other groups who are basically preaching, you know, themselves, lovers of themselves, and their own doctrines. They don't believe in the miracles, as you mentioned earlier. So if they don't believe in the miracles, what do they believe? They believe their own delusion that the Most High sent them, and they should believe a lie, right? And they're going to be very confused when they see the strangers of our salvation, because that lie is what they believed in the whole damn time. That's right. You know, miracles don't exist. Yahushua ain't performing no miracles. John the Baptist fell out the truth. You can do it however you want to do it, you know, the way, you know, but not the righteous way in the Lord. I mean, you know, in the scriptures, forbidding people to marry, all types of just vain philosophies, you know. Verse 12 says that they all might be damned who believe not the truth, but had pleasure in unrighteousness. So you're gonna be damned.
Yep.
You're gonna be damned to that missile fire, the lake of fire, you know. But verse 13 says, but we are bound to give thanks always to the Most High for you, the elect. You know, that's what Paul was saying. We give thanks to the Most High that you got it. You know, the Most High revealed these mysteries unto you. You know, but brethren, beloved of the Lord, of Yahweh Shem Yahshua, because the Most High hath from the beginning chosen you to salvation through sanctification of the Spirit and belief of the truth. So, hey, that's what us and like-minded brothers of GMS and people who pushing the same doctrine of GMS, that's what we should be thankful for. That we got it, you know. Y'all got it.
That's it. So, hey, so I guess with that, you know, hopefully this was edifying to the hopeful elect, giving all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakakadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and peace and blessings to the elect, the house of David, the Bayat, Shal Dawadah, Shalom.
Shalom.